So just before we begin, let's just see if everything's working. Um, Let me just see if the stream works. Okay, it's working. It just has ungodly delay. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Ashley Rowan here. Oh, so my first year as an online writer has came to an end. Uh, yeah, I thought it might be a nice moment to do a little bit of looking back and looking forward. So yeah, here we are today, looking at how this year went for me, and as you can see, we have a little bit of a raw setup. But that's not that bad. Actually, I wanted to have paint ready, but I always say that you should always expect the stupidest thing to go wrong. And it turns out OBS sometimes has problems with capturing paint. And when I realized that and learned that the best way to avoid this problem is to just restart OBS or your computer, it was too late. It was really too late. That being said, I think we can appreciate this more raw setup today as we're more of chatting as opposed to working really. Yeah, and hey, I have a new model as you can see. I don't know how much I will use it. I will tell you why. Um, but yeah, I think it looks kind of nice. Um, all right. So what I have planned is that first I would like to discuss some New Year's resolutions with you. Because, yes, I do have some resolutions. I have a lot. I actually have a bingo card. Um, then again, I would actually only like to discuss the resolutions that are relevant to my life as a writer, as opposed to everything else. And then I would like to discuss some stuff that I have written, and then maybe, some more stuff regarding online career or something. All right, so the first thing I want to mention is I want to, this year, end the City of Witches. Yeah, uh, I actually have very little to write left. I actually am at a point where if I decide, I can just write one last arc, and that would be the end. Uh, as for how that would go, well, you'll have to wait and see, but I can make this arc final. I can. And to be honest, I think that I would like to write this one arc and maybe, if I like it, one more. And that will be the end, for sure. Uh, uh, yeah, I don't think it needs more, to be honest. Resolution number 2, learn a new software. um, yeah, I would like to expand my tech knowledge in regards to what programs can I use to make this, to make that, to make this easier, to make that easier. Number 3, learn to conlang better. Now I should actually rework this into learn to world build better, because I have a little thing going on that I'm currently writing. And yeah, I need to take world building more seriously for this particular book. But you'll see why. Number 4, read a book on your own. Now that sounds silly as a resolution, especially for a writer, but reading kind of makes you better at writing. And I would really like to relearn to read on my own, because to be honest, if I were to read something today, it would most likely be read to somebody, not like on my own in my bed or in a tram or something. I actually started reading. It still is slow on my part, but I started a book, Exposure by Remigiusz Mróz, the first volume of the Detective Forst series. So far, it's a great read, and I would definitely recommend it if you like crime dramas. Not so much the Netflix series, but yeah, read Detective Force. Number 5, this might surprise you, make a movie. Yeah, what? I like movies, I want to make one with my friends. Yeah, I actually have some ideas, some easy to realize, some not so much. I yeah, I think it would just be a short story, to be honest, because I don't know how well I feel about my bigger scale projects. As I said, they would be big scale, and I don't think I have space for that for now. Next, release a novel. And I don't mean release a novel into the internet. That was already done by Dr. Horror. I mean release a novel on paper. And that's why I need to learn to world build better, because started writing something for paper. I don't want to reveal too much for now. I'm starting to lose frames. Oh well, I don't want to reveal too much for now. But I did start writing a novel. It's going to be sci-fi, and that requires a lot of world building. Oh, you don't know how much I need to think about all the stuff I want to write, and for whom, and what kind of climate I want to write, and so on. So yeah. But I started writing. For now I have 3,000 words, which is not bad for 6 days of writing, well, technically 7, because I was already writing a bit during the New Year's Eve to see how my friends would like the idea. Not everybody from my guests read that excerpt, but who read it loved it. And yeah, I really don't want to reveal too much because I don't know how much I can reveal because before the book starts being not suitable for release because there's already too much on the internet. So yeah, that's that. What's next? Starting a literary contest. That would basically boil down to searching for something online and placing my work in a contest. I actually did start in a contest last year. You'll see when we get to discussing the book. Then read a writing guidebook. I have to read more than one, I'll be honest. And I read one writing guidebook by Remigiusz Mróz again. And I would really like to read some more guidebooks, preferably from someone who works in different genres. Like Mróz has his style, techniques, and I would like to research from many people what works, what doesn't. What's next? Write something in co-op. Yeah. I would love to write something in collaboration with somebody else. The question is with whom? Lastly, run an RPG. Yeah, I mention it because I don't know how public it would be, but I like RPGs. I want to finally run a campaign and finish it, especially since my campaigns aren't long. I usually write them around my campaign attention span, which is 3 sessions at max, and then I need a new arc. I am a terrible RPG player. I love RPGs, but I am a terrible player. Well, that's that. Now, let's talk a bit about what I wrote this year. And I had a tier list ready in Paint, but I can't really. Although, hold up, can I? Wait, if I can show this window, if I can show no, that also doesn't work. Oh well. So yeah, we'll just have to go through everything as I have it on the list. Oh well. So let's begin by addressing the big thing, the City of Witches. I'll be honest, I loved writing the beginning, but the more I went into the story, the less I liked it. Like the first three arcs until the arc with the Selkie. What was it called? There's something in the river. Up until this arc, this was a wonderful time. Ghost Hunters were the first sign that I'm starting to lose it, and then it kind of went downhill. I had a bit of fun writing. What was it called? Capo di tutte fate. But I don't know how much of it was because I liked the story, and how much because I had an opportunity to flex my conlanging skills. I liked writing the Iron Cube though. It is not yet recorded. I have to go about it. But yeah, I kind of lost the joy of writing this, and that's why I think I want to end it after the next arc, unless I find the joy back, in which case I will write one more, and that will be the end. Well, but sooner than later. Yeah, so I wouldn't place it that high. Then, Vapors of Wealth. That was a one shot that I have written for a literary jam, and it was Blue Moon is MacGuffin's You Right. And I had fun. It was definitely a bit of regaining self-confidence. I'll be honest, I don't have that good of. Well, I'll be honest, I don't have perfect mental health because of some stuff that I don't want to focus on now. Maybe someday I will get to it. How would I what would I say about, I don't know. What do I say about Vapors of Wealth? It was a nice story. It was fun doing research. It was fun anticipating everybody else. Yeah, I liked it. I hate how everything I have to say about my stuff is I liked it or I didn't like it. I don't know. I don't know. This was supposed to be this anniversary thing, and I think I lost the hype, to be honest. I lost the momentum. I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel it today, to be honest. Well, let's get to the end of the list, and we'll see. I want to be a breathing altar. Yeah, I'll be honest. That's another problem with writing for the internet. I sometimes just am in a mood that I don't want to work in. So I've been thinking, yeah, maybe it would be so much better if I moved to paper. Mm, because that way, yeah, I still have to write, but mm, I don't know. You would have to see about it, of course. Oh, hi, Agatha. Good to see you. Yeah, I will have to think about it because, of course, um, it is more professional. You have to be more proficient. You have to have more discipline. But then again, um, how do I put this? There is no. I just I don't like this pressure of having to work when I clearly not feel that I can work. I'm losing my English today. Great. Oh well. Um, got a word build for feeling better after I end this. Okay, never mind. Let's. So yeah, I want to be a breathing altered woman. I think that's where we ended. I loved writing this. It actually was kind of my first experience with um, editing, um, because well, it was a bit too much based on my life. So I asked a friend, "Hey, listen, I wrote this story and I accidentally based this character on you. Do you do you approve that I publish this?" Um, and God bless her. She said, "Okay, yeah, sure, but here are some problems with this. Do you think you have the time to fix this?" And that same friend today is my bad cop beta reader for my paper novel. Um, so yeah, I have to say I liked writing this. I liked sharing a bit about me. Um, yeah, I kind of loved it. Yeah, it was a great experience. Uh, Curse Therapy Diary, that was an experiment with form. I want to be a breathing altered woman. That was also for the literary jam by Blue Mooney. Same goes for Curse Therapy Diary. And I thought, okay, she clearly needs more short stuff. What can I do to make my stories shorter? Diary format, great idea. I should experiment more with form. Uh, that being said, I should experiment more with facing hard shit about life. Yeah, I definitely need therapy. Good news is today is the last day of the Christmas break in Poland, so I think tomorrow I can start confidently calling people, asking them to, could you register me for therapy? But yeah, Curse Therapy Diary, nice stuff. It was nice experimenting with world building. Uh, it it ties into the City of Witches, but I find it much better. The Importance of Testing, that was a Wallace and Gromit fanfiction. Because of course, if I write fan fiction, it has to be some pretty crazy stuff that may be a niche. Um, actually, are Wallace and Gromit niche today? They had this whole new movie released recently. I think I watch it in bed tonight. Before I fell asleep to just like a comfort movie. It's Wallace and Gromit. But yeah, I basically wrote this as that would be a wonderful prank. Write a horror story and only in the last line reveal it's a Wallace and Gromit fanfiction. That was a that was the best prank I've ever pulled on you. Uh, Happy anniversary. It was an amazing year. Cheers to many more. Thank you, Agatha. um, so yeah, I sorry I had to drink today. I have orange juice. Um, so yeah, the importance of testing. Great. That was a nice story. I think. Then what do we? Oh, the sign for God is ugly. Okay, if you don't follow my Tumblr, you likely have no idea what am I talking about. Basically, um, there's there's this genre on Tumblr where trans artists and trans writers write themselves becoming animals thanks to HRT. And um, I probably shouldn't say anything about your need for therapy, not to sound like a hypocrite. Listen, Christmas break ends today. Tomorrow, we can call everybody, okay? Back to fish fanfiction. Yeah, so basically, there's this artist that draws herself becoming a fish, and I thought, I could write a fanfiction about this. Yeah, so I write to her, hey, would you like me to write a fanfiction about you? She says, yeah, sure. It was really fun, especially since I had an opportunity to try out a little idea that I had, which is like, if I were to become a mermaid, I would need sign language. I'm not even saying I would need Polish sign language. I would just need a sign language because how else could you communicate underwater? And yeah, that was still a little story about learning a language. Yeah, I really liked writing it. Also, also that will be a bit of digression, but that movie Animal Kingdom could not have found a better time to premiere than at the rise of the Animal HRT thing. Yeah, I watched it with my girlfriend. We discussed it afterwards. We do believe it would be a Therian egg cracker. Um, should I go chronologically or should I? Okay. Wait. Let's make this a little Anemu HRT corner because I have two more works in the genre to discuss. First of all, the one that is on my YouTube channel and on my Scribble Hub, Life and Times of Ashley the Crow. I have to say, I love writing about my problems as metaphors. And yeah, That's yeah. I using using a fantasy universe about people turning into fairies is such a great space for writing metaphors for trans experience. Ask me how I know. The Sign for God is ugly. Sorry, it's not exactly the title I am recalling from memory. It was also really good. Animal Kingdom was indeed quite interesting. Yes. Okay, so going back to me transforming into a crow. Yes, I have a lot of fun writing this, except sometimes. Except this series reveals that I kind of struggle to force myself to write about hard stuff. Um, yeah, okay, I can write about not being able to transition. I can write about all the shit going on with the Summer Olympics. But writing about how much trouble I had during surgeries, that crosses the line I didn't even know existed. Oh well. Uh, so yeah, interesting story. It's interesting to write this. It reveals interesting stuff about me. World building is a wonderful tool to use to learn about yourself. I dare you to imagine how would your life change if you were in the universe of your fantasy book of or your favorite fantasy book. Um, yeah, I actually will have to do it a lot. Oh well, another challenge to conquer. Now, the last time to savor. That's the last animal HRT thing I wanted to discuss. Another fun fiction, and about the same fish. This time, the fandom is pairing them with the fish with the dragon that started it all, if you know who I'm talking about. Um, they said, hey, we want fan art about us. So I said, you want fan art? Ho ho ho, you don't know who you have provoked. And yes, it was a great thing to write. As I was recovering from surgery, um, yeah, did I mention my hospital schedule is really fucked up? I am cursing a lot today. Shit. Um, I have to drink. Okay. But yeah, it was a fun thing to write, and judging from how the dragon reacted to reading the story, I think I made a really good job. Okay, back to the less animalistic stuff. We have a friend of Wax. Again, I was writing this for Blue Mooney's literary jam, you know, MacGuffins you write. This edition hasn't finished yet. She said she'll tell us when the reading stream will be. Um, but yeah, another stuff inspired by my mental problems, which I don't explore in the depth I think I would like. Maybe that will change, maybe not. I will discuss why. And it got inspired by a really funny thing. First of all, I had these OCs in middle school, like a schoolboy and his. Um, at the time, it was called Tolpa. I don't know how the language evolved since then. Going on adventures, solving mysteries, and then when I was writing A Friend of Wax, I thought, I could recycle these OCs from my youth. Um, as a schoolboy and a lost spirit that is low-key possessing him. Um, so yeah, and another funny thing, as I was writing this, I kind of noticed, you know what? I kind of suffer both from suicidal thoughts and fear of death. Don't worry, I am doing not good, but better now. Um, yeah. This is going off the rails really far. But yeah, how to portray this contrast in a metaphoric way that will not scare me? Yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing that Christmas break ends today. That today we have the last day. That tomorrow the phones to the therapists will work again. Okay. Yeah, I like it, although I think you can see why I am writing this very, very slowly. Like I started it in August or no, I think July, I think. Yeah, and to this day I have only 5, 6 chapters? I don't remember. I think 6. I'm gonna say 6. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, I like it, but it's just so difficult to write for the aforementioned reasons. Um, Now, when the last dice are cast, and this time you likely really have no idea what I'm talking about. This was a little story I wrote for a literary contest on Scribble Hub, which hasn't been actually solved to this day. To this day, we are awaiting for the results. But that was one of the reasons I didn't want to record the story, because it was specifically mentioned that using the story outside of the site before the results are in would count as cheating. So yeah, it was another nice experiment, although I think it went a bit too far. Because, well, um, it turns out it was my first 3.5 on Scribble Hub. I mean, I am perfectly aware that the fact I have perfect fives is just because a small amount of people rate my work. However, this one is not the case, as it has 3.5. So, yeah, the first thing to think about, what went wrong? Um, And I don't know. I I think it might have something to do with how much I shifted the genres in such a short story. It wasn't even 1100 words long. But I can be mistaken. In which case, well, I'll just have to look into what not to do. Rooks of Petersburg. Mm, another fun fiction from me, and this time it will be so niche because I was writing a fan fiction of a song from a Czech singer, Jaromír Nohavica. Um, yeah, it was a Halloween story. I wanted to explore the. I can't speak today. Yeah, let's get this over with. I wanted to express the contrast of the text in Polish and Czech because yes, I grew up with the Polish translation, and then listening to the Czech text kind of startled me because in the Polish text can be interpreted as a story about murderous revenge, but Czech text is definitely about suicide. And I guess you can see how weird of a contrast it was to experience. Um, in the same song, mind you, just with translation and without. I'll drink again. Mm. Okay. So yeah, I like this story. Mm. Dr. Horror's Summer School. It was a great thing to write. Hmm. I think I just really want to uh, write in a group more. Um, I don't know. Maybe I should once again look for some kind of literature club. I used to be a member of my high school's literature club. Uh, it was a nice time. Mm. Yeah, hmm. Yeah. Well, good to know. It was a good decision to make this stream, I think, because um, hmm, I don't know how to say it. It faced me with a lot of things. Oh, it will surely be fun to unpack. But yeah, it was also a bit of a dream project of mine. I started writing it. Um, I started writing it in 2022, and if you read it, then you know how it ends. The gang gets to the Buckingham Palace and beats up King Charles. In my original plan, this was supposed to be Queen Elizabeth. But she died before I started writing chapter 5. So yeah, I basically said abandon ship and only came back for Novella November. It was supposed to be NaNoWriMo, but then I discovered that they support AI in a way I can never forgive. Um, but yeah, I'll be honest, with Dr. Horror, I had the most fun writing anything of all of this. Um, yeah, I have to do art stuff with my friends. Sad but true. Yeah, and the last thing on the list is the Santa Congress. The less said about this thing, the better, because when I see this, I immediately get angry because of a little incident that happened to me while I was writing this shit. Well, it's not shit. I do find it a funny story. Uh, okay. You know what? I think this is a good moment to end a little meeting before I go too deep into cursing. Um, I hate how this stream turned out. Oh well, yeah. Yeah, goodbye everybody. Ashley out.